interesting tools, but dealing with Leo is going to be the real problem.
Yeah. Seeing stuff with Stain State is always very interesting as it keeps getting developed more and more.
Yeah, especially. So for those of you that aren't aware, that maybe are not too knowledgeable about Testament, Stain State puts them in a situation where the next touch that Testament does is going to add a little explosion afterwards, like that, a little burst. There's a clean counter hit, going already to the other side.
Oh, wow. Quick on the reversal, but unfortunately Leo can OS a lot of the slower ones with D and back turn stance.
Yeah, the moment that he sees that super flash right, and here we go, the Berserker Barrage through the wall, and that's a quick first round there for MFCR. And so this round start situation, it's really important for Testament to be able to play that zoning game. You see a lot of players kind of lean more into the lane play because Testament's fireballs and the bird are so incredibly strong. There's that DP, and all right, just like that, MFCR starting off with the offense.
Yeah, most of the times when the DP gets hit, it's a very big reversal in tempo, because Leo gets guaranteed back turn where he gets a meaty after.
He goes for the fake teleport there this time, doesn't really get anything though. That's a really dangerous situation too. You do not want to throw that air fireball in places where your opponent can get underneath you, because all the way down to the ground, you are in counter hit state. And MFCR taking a quick game one.
Yeah, absolutely. It was a bit rough. Seems hard to keep MFCR out in these situations.
Yeah, maybe not even necessarily just keeping out Leo, but keeping out MFCR.
Yep. He's a very unpredictable player. I've had the displeasure of being DP'd by him too many times to count.
I think we all have. I say all the time that he DP's kind of like an animal, right? You can never tell when he's actually going to DP, and I say that as a compliment.
Absolutely. It's better to have it be that way than the reverse.
There's the counter hit. Oh, it's just a little too low. So Leo is a heavyweight character, meaning that you have to put out that 5K just a little bit earlier than you would normally.
I wonder how many problems, because I know some characters, weight is not really an issue for their combo structure, but it seems like 5K, 6H is something that could lead to problems with the heavier characters.
Yeah, absolutely. You definitely have to make sure you catch them a little bit higher. And there's the counter hit 5H straight into the Stainbird, the Unholy Diver. And that's a round for Dartremix.
Signs of life. It's interesting. Dartremix has chose 6P round start very often here. I'm wondering what they're looking for.
It's definitely an incredibly solid button for Testament, one of their strongest buttons. But yeah, especially in a round start situation, it's kind of strange because you'd be more scared of Leo going for 2D at round start, right?
Actually, funny enough, 6P beats 2D.
It does. Yeah. Oh, well then there's the answer.
So maybe that's what they're looking for. I would be at my wit's end if it did not, as that move low crushes everything as a low. If there was no counterplay.
And unfortunately, Dartremix spends their burst there right at the end of the round, so they're going into this next one with no burst, and all the way up against the wall here, having to hold all this pressure from MFCR.
Oof. Interesting wall spot.
Yeah, but then straight into the supers too. Gonna get the Oki here. This is terrifying. You have to guess left or right. And just goes for the low on the same side.
This is a tough situation because Chip is now, wow.
Actually gonna get a ton of damage with that wall
option.
And the Oki.
Yeah, Chip is an option to kill the Testament player here, so they have to be extremely careful. But
that could have been a full confirm if they actually went into super.
Smart BRC forward.
And you know, it's still gonna take time for some Testament players here to really get used to those situations. Like at that situation, he could have either supered or RC'd and been able to take that.
Yeah, I'm sure I've noticed some of the Testament players, there's issues with 6H confirms at super large distances because the super won't reach before they hit the ground, and the RC will, you know, take them out of their move, but the shockwave actually won't hit the opponent.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, one thing I've actually seen a lot is players will, if they have Stain on them and they're able to hit 6H, they'll go straight into, I can't remember the name of it. You know, the overhead or low, Candon overhead or low, and you can RC off of that to try and keep him just high enough.
Interesting.
But we're going to see the switch to Anji here. Understandable to go to your main character, right?
Two not very represented picks from Dartremix here.
So there's a nice overhead Fujin straight into a combo, but there's that wake up DP from MFCR, going to get a full conversion as well. Chasing him down with the back turn K.
One nice part for Anji here is he's actually got the highest guts in the game at 5, so...
Yeah, the difference here is he can make some mistakes, right?
These low health situations, Leo has to work a little harder and do a couple more mix-ups to finish the job.
Yeah, but just like that, MFCR is here on set point now, starting off with a 2K round start.
Oof.
And Dartremix is just getting caught pressing. That is the second time 6H has hit him counter hit.
I wonder if he's looking for a throw or something on it.
Gets the low on the Fujin.
Ooh, good backdash.
Yeah, beautiful. Patience here too. Yeah, MFCR knows that he doesn't need to do anything crazy. He's got such a massive life lead. And the meter. That's probably exactly what he was actually waiting for.
Yep. Unfortunately, Fujin puts Anji into a pretty rough situation because the only gapless follow-up is is it Shitsu? Is the or no?
Actually,
it starts with an N.
Yeah, you're talking about the low.
Yes.
But actually, the thing is, none of them are gapless to DP. You could if you block.
You can do the S or the low follow-up, and it will be gapless, but you are -7, so he can SDP you if you're still too close.
I was almost certain that you could actually DP at the startup of that.
No, you can
It's
jail
fully
it.
gapless.
Yeah,
That's
you can
good
jail
then.
it.
I think the thing is most Anji players always have a little bit of a delay before they choose.
Normally going for counter hit on that is actually really strong because it gives you a hard knockdown on counter hit.
Absolutely.
And you know, unfortunately, most of the time, unless your Fujin is very, very spaced, you are in a pretty rough situation because if your Fujin is up close, even if you do it gaplessly, then it's not even like they're doing a read or anything like that. They're just reacting to the end of your string and SDPing you for free.
Yeah, anytime you block Fujin with a character with a DP, you should just be mashing DP.
Yep.
There is no reason not to, and that is one of the reasons why a lot of people consider Anji one of the worst characters in the game, right? Down there with a character like Faust. I still feel like they are so close to being decent. They just need something to push them over the edge, right? But it looks like MFCR is going to keep going.
Yep.
Oh, winner's quarters. All right, so we're just moving forward in the bracket. And it's going to be another Anji player, so.
What a world we're living in here. Oh, no, it's
Goldlewis. How did I miss that? I thought it was. All right.
Maybe the character didn't pop up.
Yeah,
it takes a little bit sometimes.
But I am always a Goldlewis fan, so I'm really excited to see how they're going to handle MFCR's Leo because, not going to lie, this kind of sucks for Goldlewis.
I can imagine. Unfortunately, a lot of your pressure, you're another brawler character with frame traps and stuff like that, and you don't have a command grab, which is, you know, one of the major threatening answers to Leo players DPing a lot. His normal throw, you know, it beats DP, but you're getting 80 or so damage, and if Leo hits that DP, he's possibly getting around. So.
Yeah, of course, being able to combo off a DP, and even if you block it, if he has meter, you are put into a mix-up.
Yep.
The key thing here for Goldlewis, the only way he can really deal with the DP is by putting Leo in the corner and throwing out his drone, right? Because the drone will actually catch the DP and staying at a good range, trying to just poke. But yeah, unfortunately, a lot of the Behemoth Typhoons are pretty reactable for Leo, specifically to DP.
Ooh. Is it possible for, I know Goldlewis Typhoons are very, very disjointed.
Yes.
Is it possible to meaty with one at a range where Leo's DP will whiff, or is that just, he's a big guy?
Most likely.
Yeah.
Most likely they'll flash because it's just one massive hitbox. But yes, you can actually keep it safe to try and meaty with the Behemoth Typhoon. And so far, CottonMowth doing a great job.
He had meter there, I'm curious. Oh.
Yeah, he BRC'd in response to MFCR's BRC, so he is, of course, going to win the throw war right there. Yeah, 2S is another really solid tool here. It's a big hitbox that pushes through. Just pull up the gun, yeah.
The whiff punish tool.
You really have to be on top of your defense here as a Goldlewis player to deal with the pressure of a character like Leo. There's that 2S. It has it's so good for just catching, because it's a disjointed hitbox, right? So he can poke out. It's just slow, that's the main problem.
Good bait by MFCR. Wow.
He DP'd to clash with it?
And then he canceled the DP into 2H. I'm wondering if that part was not necessarily intentional, but it could have.
MFCR is kind of nasty. Yeah, I don't think that he was actually trying to get the clash. I think he was trying to go for the DP to beat it out. But MFCR is always buffering something whenever he lets DP in.
Yep.
All right, there's the throw. Overhead mix-up is going to land here.
Oh, MFCR had a lot of setups with these bounces off the wall and whatnot that still let him keep them out of the corner, so he has the left-right pressure.
Yeah, and I feel like I've never seen anyone block that. When he puts them in the corner and then swaps up, I never see it get blocked. But there's the RC into a full combo here.
Very awkward one as they were flipping spots over his head. Good tech.
Yeah, that 5H there, he had a PRC because he was looking for a Behemoth Typhoon and unfortunately just got the 5H.
Oh, that makes a lot of sense. As I was wondering, you know, 5H there is never really going to connect.
No, yeah, usually what you'll see is if you see a 2H or a 5H from a Goldlewis player in neutral, that is a missed Behemoth Typhoon.
Interesting.
And tried to go for 6H around start there. I mean, that is something that can work in certain situations. And MFCR does seem to have a pretty good understanding of when it's his turn. When Goldlewis goes for that 6-8-4 Behemoth Typhoon, that is it. His turn is over. There are only certain Behemoth Typhoons that are actually plus on block.
It tends to be the slower they are, the more likely they are to be plus, right?
Yes. But his overhead one is also plus, the quick overhead.
Interesting.
The main one you really have to look for is that big overhead is plus, and the 2-6-8 one is also incredibly plus. That's his most plus Behemoth Typhoon.
I see.
But he's just getting, yep.
It looked like he might have tried for reversal super there because I saw you got a reversal option, but it was.
Yeah, well, the reversal super is invincible, so he was trying to go for that Behemoth Typhoon, yeah.
I was just curious if he misinput the super. Is it an H super or?
Is it a what super?
Super on the H button or?
No, I believe it's on the P button. Yeah, it's you turn P. So his super down with the system, it's just a normal super motion, but if he does multiple 360s, it increases the power of it. Oh, he's actually going for burn it down here.
Oh.
But still, MFCR is just going to DP right through it. There it is, down the system.
Man, he's getting that big damage on it.
That might be dead? No, okay, not quite.
Damn near close. DP here? Oh, backdash. And playing against DP characters in this game is very difficult because the RPS of backdash versus DP makes things very hard.
Absolutely, and I feel like that was a situation where I respect the idea to try and chase him down to go for the throw, but in that kind of situation, you might have been better off throwing out the drone to cover you, right? He did have at least one extra bar of his security gauge, so he could have chased the drone to force Leo to block and then put him into a mix-up. He only needed one more touch. Clean throw. There's the drone to get the lockdown. Yep, catching him scared with the throw. Tries to go for the back scratcher. He committed too hard to it and got the 6H afterwards. That's going to hit.
He is really good at getting the full churn with the glasses breaking.
And he gets the low right into the overhead as well. Okay, CottonMowth, that is a Goldlewis round.
Nice.
5K is a really great button too because it also is like kind of disjointed. It'll stomp out a lot of low moves.
I see. Similar to like Nago 6K?
Yes, basically just like Nago 6K. Oh, there's a missed Behemoth Typhoon after the JD.
Ooh, good backdash. Oh.
And you see, MFCR is aware that Behemoth Typhoon is plus, so he immediately just DPs because he knows that CottonMowth is going to want to press something afterwards. And that's just great awareness, great matchup knowledge too. Right, there's the counter hit. He tries to go for the close slash. Oh, the burst gets baited out here.
Yeah, it's always a really strong Leo OS I see them doing where they, cancel back turn on that hit to combo anyways, and it lets them bait burst off the J or the back turn H. Oh wow. Yeah, this is this seems tough.
It is because he's actually able to.
He might be able to get D. Oh, thank God! I didn't want him to get scammed that hard.
Yeah, you see now he's starting to be a little bit more patient, but that's going to be it. MFCR is going to take it 3-0.
Yeah.
And it is an incredibly just difficult matchup there. It's really DP. DP is the kryptonite to a lot of situations that Goldlewis can put you in.
It's always very interesting in these sorts of matchups where the character fighting Leo does not have either A, some form of tool that stops the DP, like, Kai H Fireball or something like that, or B, they don't have a throw option that does a lot of damage, like Soul Wild Throw.
Yeah.
Because it becomes this tough battle where they are going to lose to DP unless they do throw or hard bait it, and baiting it as Goldlewis and making it whiff is near impossible, I would assume, because he's so big. So you have to throw, but throw puts you in counter hit state in this game with a lot of recovery. So if he backdashes, if MFCR chooses to backdash in those scenarios, you know, you're kissing your life goodbye. Yeah. So, like, for characters that don't have a command grab and don't have some failsafe way of blocking or making it whiff, you're forced to, like, only have legitimate pressure versus that character when you have 50 meter. Because at least then, if you go for throw, you can RC it and try to regain pressure after.
Yeah, absolutely. One of the things I would have really liked to see him do, though, you mentioned it, and it just dawned on me. I do play Goldlewis. One of the main things that you'll see a lot of Goldlewis players do against DP characters, and we didn't see it all, so it actually didn't even occur in my mind, is going for the 2-6H Behemoth Typhoon, the one where he goes straight up with it. So that one is a really good meaty Behemoth Typhoon because it's super plus, and it allows him to keep his pressure going afterwards. And if you space it correctly, you can clash with Leo. And if you clash with Leo, you can go into something else, whether that be a 2D or a 2K, something to try and challenge him, which is at least puts you in a better situation mid-screen. Yeah. But it looks like up next, I do see Green Duck coming on, but I don't see who his opponent is. And Aneema. So you all know Aneema if you've watched Juicy. Incredibly strong Ram player. Green Duck is a Legacy Soul player.
Oh, wow.
Been playing since Exerd, also dabbles in Plus R, just an overall Guilty Gear fan, and the man loves Soul. I mean, you can see the Fatal Fury hat, you know, Soul's just anime
character,
Terry.
yeah. You know what type of character, Terry, Soul, Ragna.
Yeah.
We know what we're in for.
He's also my my training partner too, so
cool.
I'll try and keep the bias a little, lower. But Ram.
This is always a cool matchup, yeah.
Yeah, people have had a lot to say about Ram over the past couple weeks, right? About Ram and Happy Chaos specifically. It seems like the ire for these characters is at an all-time high, and I completely get it. Ram is very good.
It was so funny because I was talking to Aneema and some others about this, but I played Milia, and around the time of CEO, people were saying that Milia won the matchup, but I was like, you know, I'm dying at an alarming rate. And people were like, yeah, you just avoid everything. And I was like, if you say so. And then my whole bracket, I played, I think, 6 matches or 7 matches, and like 4 or 5 of them were Rams.
Yeah, Ram is kind of a menace right now. I feel like she's easily the best character in the game. But here we go, starting off, you see Green Duck playing Soul has to start to back off and play patiently against a character like Ram just because of how much range she has.
Yeah, it seems like for Soul players in these matchups, you really have to make certain hits count. He is an explosive character.
Yeah, but there's the bait. Yeah. That's one of the things that's so strong about Ram. Is she just that was a deliberate burst bait, but she has so much hand-in burst safe combos that she doesn't even have to think about.
That was the end of the route, I think, too. It was the last wreck I saw. She was going to RC regardless, which is tough.
And here's another wall break already, going to end it with super as well. Best super in the game. And look at that damage.
Safe jump. Maintain pressure.
Oh. Nice vortex out of the corner here, though. Doesn't quite get the clean hit DP. But a great just block to actually get a punish afterwards as well.
Ooh. Preemptive 2K from Ram players is a really good option to throw in with their far slash and whatnot, because a lot of the time people will try to preempt 6P to beat Ram far slash because, you know, not much else works.
Exactly.
So if she gains ground, because she's actually, I believe, the 3rd fastest character in the game after Chip and Milia.
Yeah, which is kind of crazy for the amount of damage and corner carry that she has.
Ooh. I mean, he looked a little bit suspect.
And just like that, getting locked down in the corner here. Green Duck having to find the right way out, not able to though, gets hit by the 2S and sent right through the wall.
It's always a tough situation because it's a ticking time bomb where the Ram player is gaining so much risk. And then, you know, if you get hit at the point where they have all that risk, you just lose your character. But if you get hit prior, they're in positive.
And it's not too often that you see a Soul get manhandled, right? But especially in this matchup. Interesting DP there. That is kind of a Green Duck special, the IAD and DP. But no fear, just waking up and pressing, stuffing out of the Fafnir.
That's, yeah, I did not know 6P beat Fafnir, to be honest with you.
Fafnir is a move that traditionally you've always been able to stuff it because it has a little bit of slow startup. But it is scary because the threat of counter hit Fafnir is huge.
I've only seen people throw it, so this was a new one to me. Ooh, and now on the backdash.
Yeah, Green Duck's leaning into a lot more of this strike throw game now, and it's working out really well. That's the first time we've actually seen them be able to actually establish some kind of game plan in this matchup.
Yeah, this is a bit of a tough situation still because Aneema is, you know, 1 or 2 seconds away from burst coming back, and Green Duck is a little bit behind on the burst war.
I do like Green Duck's change in approach, though, where he's starting to go for these IADs into Bandit Bringer. The clash there with the 6S, just a little too far away, but he's actually going to be able to get the pickup with this.
Ooh, burst to stop the crazy imminent damage from the clean hit. Okay, at this point, Green Duck might be able to get burst back in time.
Oh, and he actually, wow, that looked like Aneema was in the startup of his backdash, actually. Ooh. Just into a second one.
Well, that is tough.
Green Duck putting one on the board here. Now, we talk about how much of a menace Ram is, but you cannot count Soul out. This character is still incredibly strong.
He's got the tools to fight. And Green Duck, from what I've seen, likes to use all of them, so.
Counter hit far slash, yeah, has to force that burst out or whip in massive damage. And God, I love that buff.
Oh, that is
counter
nightmare
hit,
fuel.
Counter hit Bandit Bringer, bringing in that combo. You see him, he's just playing that Season 1 Soul. Press that far slash.
Yep.
And Ram's 6P, still incredibly solid to deal with situations like that. There's the flip through. Wow, a full combo as well.
Ooh, under the sword.
Right on point there. Gets the clean hit DP. Goes for the RC combo.
Oh, not quite.
He should have gone for the corner carry combo. Oh
wow.
My God, no fear. No fear.
That was an insane option, and I like it. That's a Soul player option.
Just press. Soul's always, the numbers are always in Soul's favor.
Just hit them so they can't hit you.
And Green Duck is on point with these ground Vipers to actually get underneath Ram's buttons and get underneath her explosive swords as well.
I'm curious if we'll see buttons trying to contest the ground a little more from Aneema here.
Yeah, Aneema's going to have to lean more into 2S and neutral, right, in those kind of situations. Oh my God.
That is a lot of damage.
Bro, you forget how much damage that does.
Yeah.
I watch this game all the time. I play this game all the time. I forget how much damage that does.
It's always tough to watch someone just get murked.
Hits a cross-up with a JK, actually.
He's getting a lot of air approaches, whether they be, you know, falling with a button or delaying his momentum with Bandit Bringer. And it seems to be getting a lot of mileage. Because it's really hard to guarantee a 6P versus Soul with how much he can change when he's hitting the ground.
Yeah, not only that, but I think an important thing to note is Ram, while she is incredibly strong, her one downside is she does actually kind of have trouble anti-airing, right? In a lot of cases, her anti-air moves are incredibly slow, and 6P is the main thing that she leans on. But her 6P doesn't have much of a vertical hitbox. But Aneema gonna go up 2-1 right now over Green Duck.
We have the dog again. Cute end screen. Alrighty.
And Green Duck has been incredibly cautious out round start at the start of every single game so far. Does not want to challenge Ram.
Oof. Okay, he gets a successful burst, which is a win in and of itself.
Yeah, and is able to swap sides as well with the Bandit Bringer. There's a wild throw, do another one. IAD into nothing.
That was
I like
really smart. He didn't want to risk dying for it. But now she got her sword back.
Oh, and the safe jump to bait out the DP. Has Mortalvo already as well.
Oh, that is tough. Being put in that situation where Ram's gaining meter at an alarming rate and Gear back into the corner is always a bit hideous. And there's the 2S, yeah?
Yep, the 2S to actually stuff out the Fafnir.
Ooh, this pickup is crazy. He didn't have sword.
Yeah, just a little too far away to actually get that. And one thing that Green Duck really needs to work on is actually landing those counter hit close slashes into the run cancel clean hit DP combos. Mm-hmm. Those are so massive for Soul.
You can do them off far slash too, even.
Yes.
And they, you know, make a lot of difference because far slash 5H Bandit Bringer, or sorry, Bandit Revolver doesn't do nearly as much damage, and also the Oki on Bandit Revolver after the recent or semi-recent patch changed a lot.
Yeah.
Soul players really don't get that great of Oki now.
No, not at all.
Whereas HDP, you get a safe jump meaty setup.
And just the amount of damage, too. Yeah. I mean, it's literally the most optimal thing you can do with Soul.
Yep. It's always so demoralizing as Soul's opponent whenever you see the second hit of the HDP, the clean hit. watching that chunk of my life, that specific chunk, always hurts just a little bit more.
It's like a clean 6P though to try and escape the corner here, forcing the burst out of Aneema.
Oh, interesting. He stopped the record early.
Oh, Green Duck, this defense, risk gauge is up so high.
It's a whole lot of red.
It's so difficult to escape the corner from Ram. Oh, the late burst, and there we go. Aneema taking it 3